The Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Restoration Act of 2009 was the most significant bill to address pay discrimination in decades. Lilly Ledbetter passed away in October of 2024 at the age of 86. She used to work in a tire factory in Alabama. After about 2 decades at Goodyear Tires, she discovered that she was being paid significantly less than her male coworkers who were in the same job as her. A few months before she would actually retire, she found an anonymous note in her mailbox, and the note had her monthly salary written on it, along with the monthly salary of male employees in the same job she was in. Her pay was 40% less than either of those men, so she sued her employer. She set out on a journey that took more than 10 years and all the way to the US Supreme Court. She would have been paid $200,000 more if she was paid similar to them. Goodyear appealed, arguing that the claim fell outside of the statute of limitations. The statute of limitations on pay discrimination cases was 180 days from the first act of the discrimination. In 2007, the Supreme Court ruled in Goodyear's favor, saying Ledbetter brought this lawsuit in too late. Still, Ledbetter didn't stop fighting. She started talking to lawmakers, pushing for the loosening of the statute of limitations. The bill eventually passed and Obama signed it into law. She helped others get the justice she was denied. She'll be remembered as having played a major role in the fight for pay equity, and it's still the only federal law passed this century to tackle the issue. Since the Ledbetter Act, there hasn't been any other federal laws addressing the pay gaps, but there's been action at the state and local levels. Employees across states like New York, Colorado, and California have to post salary ranges on job postings. So now individuals can better advocate for themselves. Her message was to inform yourself, learn as much as you can, and use what you learn to make sure you're being paid fairly.
That's why when I visit college campuses, I tell those young people, when you start working on day one, you make sure you're paid properly because it goes on for the rest of your life. It follows you on into retirement.
When the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act was passed, women were making 80 cents to the dollar compared to men. Today, it's more like 84 cents to the dollar, improved by only 4 cents from 15 years ago. So the Lilly Ledbetter Act resulted in some progress. The act itself meant that the statute of limitations changed, but companies knew they couldn't quite hide behind a statute of limitations. Some of the biggest progress has been taken place within companies, partly because they don't want to be seen as unfair or not equitable. For example, in 2015, Salesforce announced that they had conducted a pay equity audit and spent $3 million to close some pay gaps, mostly for women, but some for men as well. It was an earthquake in this movement towards pay equity. They became an example for a lot of other companies to do the same thing. As of 2021, approximately 60% of companies say they conduct pay equity audits, but there's still room for accountability and pay transparency. More companies need to do pay equity analysis, make appropriate adjustments to correct any gaps that shouldn't be there. And Kamsa helps do this much easier than ever before.